I blame the Transformers.
Oh, we're blaming them. We're blaming Optimus.
We're blaming Optimus Prime. Yes.
Dear. So yeah, slightly a little bit later than planned, but you know what? We're here. We're gonna have some fun here today. We're doing Play That in Reverse. Do you remember part one of this?
Yep, I remember part one of it. I don't know if I was any good at it, but we'll give it a go.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. This was requested by a lot of people. I know a lot of people had fun with this. So yeah, what's going to happen is we're going to be playing 10 songs in reverse, and people's got to try and guess, see what they are. Play along at home if you guys want, and yeah, that's all we're going to do. Have a nice discussion. Roll the intro. And welcome to your Saturday night edition of the Magical Wrestling Podcast, Play That in Reverse Part 2. I'm, of course, Liam Wakelin, and we're joined by... do you know what? I'm going to let this guy introduce himself. Go ahead.
I'm your typical miserable, angry Scotsman. So, yeah, cheery me.
Are actually all Scottish people angry, or is it just really a bad misperception?
It's a bad misperception. We're lovely.
Are you just the exception then?
Yes. Do you know the comedian Kevin Bridges?
I do.
What was it? He's got a joke about Glasgow. I mean, it was years ago. Glasgow was in the same year was voted the friendliest and the most violent city in Europe in the same year.
Did you say friendliest and violent?
Yes, and his joke was that you if you walk down Glasgow Street, but was it you might get stabbed, but then they'll phone you an ambulance.
Oh dear.
That is true. It was voted. Sorry,
I don't even know what to say to
that. He's a funny guy. He's a funny guy.
He is. Annie, you were of course at BCW last night. How was it?
Oh, it was fantastic. So many great names. What was it like? Like I said, was it Casey was there against? It was against Angel. What a phenomenal match that was. Why they two girls are ready to go. Sorry, women are ready to go. They should be on television right now. They're just absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, I remember Casey obviously having a tryout with WWE. So who knows? I mean, I've seen her in the ring. I've seen her entrance. I think she's absolute phenomenal talent all the way around.
Yeah. No, definitely. It's weird. There's a lot of that in the WWE. I think what the WWE do is they get you in for a trial, and then they know you. They know then and there they want you, but they just want to see your aptitude and how you go out and what was it, present yourself outside. You know, and they probably keep an eye on you. You know, and I think what was it, there's a lot of cases of that. So I'm beginning to wonder if they sort of. There's a lot of wrestlers that look like they don't get through the trial, but they're in actual fact that they're like, yeah, we need this person, but let's just see their sort of aptitude, because you've got to remember, you've got to what was it? It's a team sport. You can't have any individuals, you know. So, what was it? I'm sure these people have got people all over. But yeah, absolutely phenomenal.
I can't remember how long Angel's been obviously wrestling. I've seen a lot of her work, but has she been wrestling a while? I can't remember.
It's a good few years now. What was it? I couldn't tell you exactly. Definitely. What was it? I first saw her just after when the shows all started back up after COVID, but I think she was there or thereabouts just before it. You know, so it was great talent. So hopefully, I mean, you've had a few interviews with the people. But was it that gym? So what was it called? You know the talent that's there. So, but was it you know they're all sort of ready. So, but was it BT Gunn does a phenomenal job.
Yeah, you're talking about the world champion Martin McAllister and the King of the Fling champion Robbie Cardwell. Who's, do you know what? Two incredible interviews there. Go check them out on this channel. And I've also got Stone Malone coming up. I know this is another guy you obviously know, but there's some incredible talent there. And I even spoke to Ref Katie a few weeks back, and even she said the experience there is great. So you're talking like not only the refs, you got the talent, but like it's a whole like, do you know the feel of it?
No, definitely. Just it's like what was it? It's just building up to a sort of new class to sort of disappear. I mean, just before COVID, you had the Coffee Brothers, Noam Dar, Wolfgang. You know, what was it you called? What was it? What was it? The Grizzlies. You know, what was it? All these guys. Went out and what was it? Made a name for themselves over in the States. You know, so many. Piper Niven. What was it? Kelly Ray. Eyes of Dawn, you know, all these guys were over here, you know. What was it? British wrestling felt a bit empty for a while. Obviously, COVID played a part in that. But what was it called? What was it? It's a sort of, in a weird way, as a fan, it's sort of bittersweet because you want to see all these guys go and have success and have amazing careers on the bigger stage, you know. But you feel, I mean, you selfishly want to still see them at your local shows, your local promotions, you know. So. In that sense, it's good to see the next class come up, and then obviously I say class, you know what I mean, the next sort of generation, and then what was it? Obviously, there's going to come a point where some of these names are going to be on television in the next few years, and we'll start to see what comes from there. But definitely, UK wrestling is flourishing at the moment. It's absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, the one thing I actually like, and I've said this many times on pretty much many shows, is you've got so many great talent, but you're not just seeing him like in one spot as you talk about there. You're seeing him like in up and down the UK. So it doesn't matter if you're going to like a small promotion, a big show, stuff like that. You're still getting to see, you know, the exact same talent.
No, exactly. You know, and I mean, another one I've sort of highlighted is Daz Black. I mean, he's the whole package. He's got the look, and he's just what was it? Phenomenal in the ring, you know. What was it? What was it? That lad's got everything. So hopefully he'll what was it? Get that sort of what was it? Jump soon, and what was it? Our American and Canadian friends will be able to see how great these UK talent is, you know, and how we're going to take over the world of wrestling.
Absolutely. There was also some of the names on the show. You had Max Steady, obviously spoke about Inserico, who's obviously doing some great stuff. But they've been on obviously TV for different reasons, stuff like that. But you still seen like the big names.
No, definitely. You know, what was it? You're talking about the obviously Gladiators and Love Island. You know, the guys there. You know, I know I'm terrible with names with these names, but remembering all these names. Sorry. What's their names again? Sorry.
So the Love Islander was Adam Maxted.
That's that Maxted, yes, and the Gladiator guy was
Inserico.
Yeah, and it was it was really good to sort of see them. You know, it's the first time I've sort of seen them. So what was it? Great sort of. What was it? Great to see people coming in from different what was it, industries and having their careers picked up. They were probably doing it long before they were on these shows, you know, and just to be able to that's the power of television, isn't it? Just to get your profile sort of raised and you start to get more bookings and get out and about. I think one of the things it's an advantage and as a disadvantage to the UK is what was it? We've got all these promotions and we've got all these little pockets of promotions who have got phenomenal names there, and sometimes what was it? They just need that little extra to get them a bit more visibility to make them start traveling around the country and what was it? Get them seen a bit more. But BCW, that's never the problem. I mean, there's always new people coming in every time there's a show on. So it's a fantastic night. Can't beat it. 12 quid. 12 quid for what was it, a night of wrestling? Absolutely phenomenal, you know.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned about that thing there, like, you know, getting people traveling up and down the country. We did a wrestling in Newcastle pre-show, and I spoke to obviously the GM of that, and that was the exact process, is, you know, giving that opportunity to people who you wouldn't normally, you know, see, getting them obviously like the seminars, which I know is big, you know, in the UK. I'm not sure what they're like in the Scotland scene, but that's their kind of process as well. Do you know what I mean? So that's kind of weird that you've obviously said the same.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is, and sometimes I guess for a smaller promotion, it's harder to book some of these big names because what was it? They're big names elsewhere, but obviously without that exposure, a lot of people don't know who they are. So it's what was it? When they come up, it's important to make sure that they've got a name attached to them as well, you know. And what was it? It's It is. It really is. It's very true. You know what you've just said there. In terms of how you sort of do business. You know. It's just for it's so great because for a long time wrestling in Britain was just terrible. You know. It was like you would see what was it, a wrestling event, what was it, and it would be like, it was like Legion of Doom and Hulk Hogan and Bret Hart, and it was like these fake guys pretending to be them. You know, it was just absolutely terrible. So great stuff to have our own sort of stars to talk about and get excited about.
Yeah, the one thing I want to ask you about as well, as I just thought about it then as you were talking, matches having meanings now. In some promotions, matches get put together for just putting together, but I'm a big fan of this, and I want to get your opinion. This is like watching a show and knowing that match has got meaning, like it's had a build up from like a previous show or the next show and stuff like that. What's your thoughts?
No, definitely. I mean, for example, what was it? BT Gunn was what was it like? I think it was something like 4 years he was champions at BCW champion. What was it? And it was just at the tail end of last year, where what was it? He lost it to Daz Black, and obviously at that point he turned heel. What was it? There's been a little bit of a feud going on inside the BCW every time there's a sort of show on, you know. So the stories are all sort of connected, and what was it? And sort of spread out. So you've got a bit of cohesion on what's going on in the shows as well. It isn't just a sake of matches for matches. Same with like the tag team stuff that's going on and things like that. It really is good, you know, how everything's sort of tying in, you know. And if you go to another promotion, and I don't know if you've noticed yourself, you go to another promotion elsewhere in the country, if two of the same people are there, they're sort of still doing the same thing, you know. Some of the times it's interesting to see, you know, that sort of cohesion and in sort of wrestling.
Yeah, the one thing I actually like, and expand on what you've just said there, is you'll see these like two. I'll give you a prime example as one which comes to my mind straight away is Alexis Falcon and Lizzie Evo. These two in like one promotion will literally be like feuding, but yet in another promotion they're like a tag team, and it's like different things. It's weird at the time, but when I think about it, I'm going, that's incredible that you can do that in one promotion. But do you know what I mean? Like juggling different. Yeah,
you're jumping. I mean, there is a sort of like few things. I think like BT Gunn's, what was it? Like a baby face. I mean, he's traditionally a sort of baby face, you know, in a lot of places. But was it him sort of jumping into that sort of heel role in BCW? What was it? And then doing it elsewhere. It's not, you know, it must be fun having to be able to do it differently every night as well, you know, be the good guy and be the bad guy, you know, depending on where you are. It's hard to flip a crowd.
Yeah, it is. It is. Right, let's get to obviously the main event and why we're actually here. So let's roll the intro and then we'll explain what we're doing today.
The main event.
I've got my last foot coin here today.
Yay!
Do you know what I could have done with that this week? It's been one of those weeks at work where Friday just could not come round quick enough.
Yeah. The working week is an inconvenience. It gets in the way of your fun, doesn't it?
It does. It does. So, Haney, explain what we're doing today. So we're doing a famous thing which we call Play That in Reverse. Mm-hmm. So what will happen is we're going to play the theme song of a wrestler for 30 seconds, and you've got to try and figure out what it is.
Oh, God. Now,
so I'll explain for obviously people listening, if you want to play along at home as well, is the first 5 are WWE related. I will be honest that there is a range of years, so they will get harder as they gradually go on. Okay?
Okay.
6, 7, and 8 are AEW related. These are obviously people I've met. That's a nice little clue. And the last 2 are the hardest, and let's see if Haney can get these. So are we ready, Haney?
Yep. I'll be lucky to get 1, never mind 10, or the last 2. So well, we shall see. We shall see.
Okay, right then. So here is number 1. 30 seconds. number one?
Is he Canadian?
He might be. I don't know.
Is it Bret?
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
I thought we started off easy. Of course, number one is Bret Hart. It's how long did it take you before you got that one?
I got there. I'll tell you. The first time we met Bret, we were in Borders, and we were there for about 2 hours in the queue, and it basically it was just do 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 do, and then it finished, and then 2 seconds later it was just like do do do. See, by the end of it, and by the time Bret came out, I think I hated him.
Have you noticed when some songs are playing backwards as well, is they still kind of like sound the same, do you know, like forwards?
Yeah. I think the ones, if there's ones with lyrics, that'll be the harder ones. The ones with that are just instrumental, I think, a bit easier.
Okay, we'll get it. So it's 1 for 1 so far. You're doing well. You ready for number 2?
Okay.
Here is number 2, 30 seconds. Seconds.
Is he a stoner?
I don't know what that means anymore.
Is it RVD?
It is. Well played. How long did that take one, you?
That took a wee bit of more. It was a bit in the middle that gave it away.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting theme song. I mean, I actually like that one because I remember him coming to a 1PW show and he actually played that entrance theme and the crowd absolutely pops regardless, you know, where he is.
Yeah, he's such a big name, isn't he? You know, it's hard to believe he's been around. He's one of these guys that have been around for like forever. Everybody thinks like, what was it with RVD? It was like he appeared in the ECW, but I think he was around like the very late of the 80s. I'm sure. I remember just into the 90s, but yeah. Awesome wrestler. So
Yeah,
you've met RVD?
Yeah, sorry?
You've met RVD? He's one of the wrestlers.
He was at the show. I didn't obviously have the meet and greet. He didn't obviously do one, but he was actually on that show, and it was when we Katie Forbes.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people don't seem to like that as a combination. I mean, I don't know what you think.
What do you mean as a combination? As in...
In other words, like when you've got obviously like Katie Forbes like around the ring, some people feel like that's a distraction in a sense.
What was it? I mean, it makes sense. I mean, I suppose for the longest time, I mean, what was it? He never really. Yeah, I've never really thought about it. You know, when something like that's there, what was it? It's usually done for a reason. You know, and they're going to do something.
Yeah, I never know. Like I just remember a lot of people having like mixed feelings about that. What's some obviously your memories? Obviously, of RVD because I mean I love some of his TNA stuff.
Yeah, it's always who was it was telling the story, and I think it was it was around the sort of like the Van Daminator, you know, with you know, the first time you sort of see that, and then you see Shane McMahon doing it, and it's just like dog shit, you know.
Yeah, Shane McMahon's. I just think about it now. It's absolutely terrible.
He wasn't a great. I mean, he wasn't. He was just one of these guys that would fit well into some of the stuff that EEW is doing at the moment, where they just wreck their body and do stupid shit. You know, that stuff with Kurt Angle with the glass at King of the Ring. I mean, that to me was just, yeah. You don't do stuff like that. You know.
Is that King of the Ring 2000?
I think it was. You know, when they were trying to break through the glass and then they sort of couldn't.
And it's funny though, because I remember that was the first pay-per-view I actually watched as a fan.
Yeah. It was
The thing-
it was scary to watch live, because I mean he went into that in a bad way, and no matter what you think of a wrestler, the one thing that I hate people doing is wishing there's wishing like what was it injury or on sort of wrestlers, what was it to be honest, although what was it Fiona would call me a liar there, because last Saturday when England were playing Spain, I wished that I wished that the England squad got a case of the explosive diarrheas at half time. What was
Annie, we're doing so well, and we're only 20 minutes in. But do you know what really? Did you know the thing that really frustrated me more is that first half we played really well, and the second half we were just dog shite.
I think it's appalling. I mean, you might disagree, but I think it's appalling how you've flung that manager under the bus.
It's Southgate.
Sorry,
Southgate.
It's all right saying there's better managers out there, but when you've got a guy that unites the squads like that, what was it? It's not for me. It's not like, I mean, the stories come out about Bellingham and all that. What was it doing a
gesture?
Yeah, it's like, no, sit down, lad. What was it called? You were fourth on the list, and you were put on the list as a captain fourth because two of your friends asked. What was it called? There's a line in Porridge. Have you seen the Porridge film?
I have, yes.
Yes, where Gorbers wanted to be the captain. What was it? And Fletch says, "What was it? No, such and such is going to be the captain." And he says, "Why?" He says, "Because he says he gave me because 2 packets of snout." That's why. Nobody will get that. Nobody will get that by me and you.
That just covers many people's heads. So we're up to number 3. So you're doing well so far. 2 for 2. Here is number 3. 30 seconds. Here we go.
That last one was not appropriate.
I did. That was 30 seconds. Sorry. Any ideas?
Nah, I have no ideas. Where's that? What do you think? Are we talking past, present, or future?
Past.
Past. Who could it be? Was it K Quick?
It wasn't. Do you want another clue?
Yes.
World famous tag team.
Yeah, well, that rules out the Young Bucks. World famous tag team.
I'm saying whether. Sorry, go ahead.
Was it D'Lo and Mark Henry?
It wasn't.
Oh well, I don't know.
Any ideas? One final clue, or should we just tell you?
Give me one final clue. Obviously, I can't win this one, but
right. Okay. Table.
Oh, the Dudleys.
Dudley Boys from 2006. Dean, actually. How did you not get that? That was quite an obvious one.
I'm a metalhead. I don't listen to all that rap crap. Rap is crap.
But I mean, Dudley Boys for me, I think they're probably one of the best tag teams all time.
Yeah, I think their sort of sabbatical from the WWE didn't help. What was it? Their standing with the WWE. I know they're sort of involved now, but the run in TNA was fantastic. What was it? The Aces and 8 storyline was potentially terrible. Well, up until a point, it was great. and then it got terrible. I wish I was just going to say that
reveal
was.
It got me invested, but like I said, the reveal was just absolutely terrible.
That was where I was going. Once they got to the reveal, it was just like the shits. You know, it was just like it was like, and that was it. That was it. Sort of like, yeah, that was sort of it. You know, and then obviously they come back and what was it? Yeah, it was super nostalgic for them. But I remember Enzo and Cass that first night. You know, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I loved Enzo and Cass. It's just a shame, obviously, what happened.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't help himself, you know. But it turns out the whole thing was like a lie. But he should have reached out to the office and got it all sort of resolved there and then, rather than try to deal with it himself and then him appearing at, I think it was Survivor Series in the crowd.
Yeah, I remember that.
He would make a phenomenal manager for anybody. Just get him in the ring. He's actually quite a funny guy as well. His stuff online is amazing. Obviously you had the controversy, but just before Ring of Honor was it was unfortunately bought by a guy that's mistreating it. The angle where they came in and then everybody booed and then it never went anywhere because obviously it was then sold, you know. But yeah, interesting tag team.
Absolutely. Right then, so we're up to number 4, and here we go. 30 seconds. Number 4. Seconds.
I think it's potentially 2.
Okay.
One of 2. I originally thought the British Bulldog.
Yep.
And then I thought maybe Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Do you want me to be honest with you?
Yes. Is it neither of them?
It's neither. I like where you were going with that, but it's none of them.
Yeah, it's one of the elegant sort of. I don't think it was Savage because that was too pomp and ceremony like.
I can give you the year.
Give me the year.
2001.
2001. William Regal?
It is. Well played.
Yeah.
I always remember that. I always remember that entrance theme. So when I was putting these 10 together, that came straight to my head straight away because it's so. You mentioned that it's so unique, it's so different, and I remember him being the European champion at the time, and it's it's a weird time for William Regal.
I know he's a man.
Dear. But the thing is with William Regal, I mean, most respected guy in the UK for me. I mean, we know exactly what he's done for NXT. When he was in AEW, for me, I felt like, nah, it just doesn't fit. He's a WWE guy through and through. I don't know what you thought.
Sorry, was it I missed that last bit?
Yeah, so what did you obviously think when he went to AEW? He's kind of like a WWE guy through and through for me.
I don't think he wanted to go. Mm-hmm. I think that was a power play by Vince to Triple H with the whole thing that was going on with NXT and things like that. At that time, Triple H had taken out and he sort of power played him away. And it was supposedly it was the first thing Triple H did when he got back in charge. Is he reached out to Regal to see what the possibility of him. You know, his stuff was all right, and his stuff was all right. You know, the Blackpool Combat Club. It was just sort of. What was it? Blackpool wasn't that violent. You know, they could have picked. I mean, you could have picked Skegness or something like that. You know.
Yeah, but Skegness is not violent. They're just fucking killers.
Yeah, I've got family there. Yeah,
right. But where does he stack up, obviously, with the British, let's say, legends?
Oh, he's got to be one of the best, if not the best. That's hard to say because there's so many great names that we missed out on because we weren't on planet Earth at that point. You know, what was it? And you hear the names. But was it? I mean, the other ones are like. I mean, you can discount Big Shirley and what was it? Giant Haystacks. They were absolutely dreadful. They ruined British wrestling. But was it you sort of? What was it? I mean, names that were over Adrian Street, you know, amazing talent. I mean, you've also went over the States and things like that. A lot of the Stampede guys were over here as well. You know, not strictly speaking British, but you had Davy Boy Smith. You had was it the Dynamite Kid? You know, I think Dynamite would be held in a much more higher regard if he wasn't such a scumbag. You know, what was it called? There's so many, but I think he's got to be up there with the best of them, if not the best. And certainly what I've seen, you know, there's Johnny Saint and things like that. I mean, the big one I remember as a kid was Kendo Nagasaki, you know, and he sounded like this like mystical sort of Japanese ninja. Turns out he was from Leeds.
Typical guy with that name, and he's from Leeds. I'll tell you one person to watch is Dynamite Kid's son. I've seen him wrestle for Rev Pro, and you know what? That guy is absolutely terrific. He's definitely one to watch in the future.
Yeah, I'm a wee bit conflicted with that one because obviously his lineage is there, and as soon as he takes that next step up, I think a lot about his uncle will come out because that's how the media work. That's how the media work and journalists work. They sit on stuff until it's they can elevate it, you know, and he doesn't need that. Hopefully it stays away. The other story, the one thing I was going to say about William Regal is when NXT was touring over in the UK, he came in, it was at the Hydro, and it was like celebrating, it was like NXT, and then Regal come out and the crowd went absolutely nuts. And he was like, no, but was it, I've been coming here for 30 years and you've booed me every time. I'm going to come out that right. And when I come through, I want booed. So obviously, did they come in again? And it was like, boo, you know. But obviously, because he was English and he was in Scotland. But he's much loved here. He's one of the best. I've met him twice as well. He's a really funny guy. He should be a stand-up comedian. What was it? I can't remember the three. He was asked to do what was it? Shag, Marry, Kill, and he picked Les Dawson. What was it called? What was it? Larry Savage, and I can't remember the other guy.
I didn't even ask the answers. Never mind what you just said.
Yes, believe it or not, it was Drew Galloway. Drew McIntyre had just been released from WWE, and like all the ICW guys and all that were there as well. It was Drew Galloway asked that question, you know, and it was the answer and the response afterward and the story afterwards was one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life. He's a great storyteller.
Yeah, and that's the thing is we like with wrestlers and stuff like that. This is why I like doing the interviews. Is these stories they're sharing, some of them are just absolutely crazy. I mean, if for people again, go check the Ref Katie one out. She tells me about the Penrith story where she come back from ICW and she fell asleep and ended up in the lakes. And we're talking like I think like 3-4 o'clock in the morning. So she's run out and she's like, mate, where am I? She's like, Penrith. And he's like, where the fuck is Penrith? And it turns out it were the lakes.
Brilliant.
It's a great story. Right then, so we're up to number 5. And I will be honest with you, this is the hardest one out of the first 5. So if you get this, well done. So here is number 5, 30 seconds, go.
Is it the Ultimate Warrior?
It is not.
Oh.
I did say it were a challenging one.
Ultimate. Past, present, or future?
Past.
Past. Oh, jeez.
I've got a big clue, by the way.
Did they knock Vince McMahon
out? I can't remember.
No, can't think.
Shall I give you the clue?
Yeah, goes the clue.
They are named after a current wrestling promotion.
They're named after a current wrestling promotion.
That's a big.
Is it Test and Albert?
It is. Well played. Test and Albert.
Look at the two tits standing next to Trish Stratus.
He's fine. Hell Show Timers in the comments. Thing is, that's probably one of my favourite tag teams, from that decade.
Yeah, they were a great team. Test was phenomenal. He just had these demons. He was a great big guy. What was it called? He had a nice wee run in TNA as well,
Mm-hmm.
Then he came back, and then obviously sadly passed. And Albert's now very much involved at the Performance Centre and well respected. So, yeah. Then Trish Stratus is obviously the legend that she is.
Yeah, it's the Test and Albert's in one of my favourite matches as well, which was a fatal four with Test and Albert versus Right to Censor versus Edge and Christian, and I think it was the Dudley Boys. I think it was No Way Out, 2004.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely phenomenal match, and I feel like these. Do you know when it comes to tag team wrestling, do you feel like these two don't get the love they deserve?
No, they don't, because it was so. They were a real proper sort of hard-hitting tag team. You had them, and you sort of at APA. I'm trying to think back then who else you had. You didn't really have any many. You had the Dudleys that are kicking about.
Hardy Boys, Edge and Christian.
Yep, they were more sort of. They weren't as hard-hitting. I mean, like the sort of powerhouses of tag teams.
Yeah.
I thought the Steiners had long sort of finished their run. The Legion of Doom. It was Legion of Doom 2000 with
Heidenreich. Is it Heidenreich now?
Heidenreich. They did one with Draws as well, did they not? Before he got injured, he was at one point going, or was he going to be involved? I can't remember.
I think it was rumoured. I don't remember obviously seeing him like in the old so-called face paint, like.
Yeah, but it was Sonny. But yeah, I think Test would have been a good big man if he didn't have the issues and he was still here with us. I think he was sort of a nice bodyguard for a wrestler,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great tag team.
Great tag team. Right then, so that's the 5 so-called like legend ones out of the way. So the next 3 obviously are AEW. And
How did I thought this? Because I did generic.
Yep, so I just point out these are 3 people I've met, by the way, so same rules apply. 30 seconds. Here we go. This one might be a bit challenging. We've got Shane in the comments. Let's see if he knows who it is. Here's number 6. "30 seconds.
Boo.
It's not Shane.
And you've met this guy?
Girl.
Is it Ruby?
It's not.
I know you'd met. That was just a guess because I think you've met Ruby, haven't you?
I give you it's on the same show. I met Ruby.
Is it Julie?
Who?
Julie Hart?
No. I actually met her on the same show as Ruby Soho, by the way.
Oh, jeez. I'm trying to think. No, I was wondering because I knew you'd met Ruby, but was she in NXT?
Yes, and it didn't go pan out.
What was her name? What was her name? The one with the dog, the little dog in NXT. It was dreadful.
You're on the right track.
Oh, is it? I'm dead for with names of this name. Is it? Does it start with a V?
A second name does.
Is it Valkyria? I can't even see it. Valkyria. Tyra. Valkyrie.
Yeah. I'll let you have that. It's of course when I get to the image, it's Ty Valkyrie.
Yes.
I remember speaking about the NXT thing. She said it was absolutely terrible.
Yeah, I think at that point Pritchard had got involved, and what was it? I don't know if it was a damn shame what they did to NXT because it was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, it's in a really weird place right now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I like all these like TNA stars, obviously, showing up as well. So
yeah. Do you know there's a rumor kicking about the TNA guys will be in the next WWE game?
Like as a DLC.
I didn't say if it was a DLC or not, but they would be in there, So I don't know if it would mean all of them or just some of them, but I think that'd be a nice DLC to have,
Yeah, definitely, absolutely.
I don't want to see his name because they might appear.
No, we're not saying that name. Don't worry. Oh dear. Right then, so we're up to. I forgot what number we're up to now. Number 7, and again, same rules apply. 30 seconds. Here we go. I think you should get this one.
Yeah, I probably get the next 2. Seeing that you've, I know who you've seen in AEW. So, so is this Ruby?
Is what? Sorry.
Is this Ruby?
It's not. No.
Is it Johnny?
No.
I don't know who it is then.
Oh,
I'm thinking maybe somebody else.
Annie, you really let me down. I really thought you'd have got this one. Shane, if you're in the comments, any ideas?
I don't.
There was a famous picture I posted on my socials about this.
Let me think.
He is. Shane's got it, by the way.
Oh.
You're going through my socials now, aren't you?
No.
Shane's got the comment.
I've not got the. I didn't see the comment. Give us a clue.
I'm trying to think now. I think the AEW dropped the ball with this person.
Dropped the ball with this person?
A bit massively as well. That's a big clue.
Massively as well. No, it's not coming to me.
Oh dear. Let's think. He's religious as well.
He's religious as well. Actually religious, or it's pretend religious?
No, he's actually religious. I remember it.
I have exorcised the demons. He's religious.
They did bigger in New Japan last few years than AEW. That's a big hint.
They did? Is that a tag team?
No.
They? Or is it a pronoun?
Yes.
Are they in the religious? I don't know. Sorry.
His entrance has a big countdown at the start of it.
I don't pay attention to the entrances.
Well, he's trios now.
Well, he's trios now. Jay?
What?
I don't
Anyway,
know.
I'm gonna let you get this one. I'm not moving along until you get this one.
Can you play it again?
Yeah, of course I can. 30 seconds. You ready? Here we go.
No.
You haven't got a clue?
I haven't got a clue.
You're free to let me download this one. Right, we'll give you another clue, and this is from Showtime. His manager is a Hall of Famer.
His manager is a Hall of Famer.
How you've not got this one, I am really disappointed.
I don't know. His manager, is it Lance?
Final answer?
Yes.
Correct. It's Lance Archer.
For God's sake.
How did you not get that one? That intro I've just played there is the key part of that actual song.
But it was backwards.
Dude, it actually challenges you when it's backwards.
Yeah, metal's a bit weird because it just sounds mushy to me backwards.
Sometimes if you actually listen to it backwards, you can hear that slight,
Yeah.
like key bit, if you know what I mean.
That was rubbish.
I don't think you're going to do any better on this next one, but we'll try. So we're up to number 8. This is the last one, obviously a person I've met, and here we go. 30 seconds. Oh shit! I've just given it away. Did you see that?
No.
Good. Here we go. And the thing is, I accidentally showed the image here, so if you were paying attention.
And you've met this person?
I have. Did you not actually see the image? I'm being genuinely honest here.
I'm being honest.
You didn't see the image?
I was looking away. I was getting ready to be humility. I told you it'd be terrible at this. It's one or two people. It's either Ruby Riot. Go with that.
It's not Ruby Riot.
Is it Johnny Douchebag?
No.
Well, the only other person I know that no, I don't know.
It was the very first wrestler I ever met. That's a clue.
The very first wrestler you ever met.
And she's actually British, by the way.
She's British.
Has
she got a unisex name?
Maybe. I don't know.
Jamie?
Full name?
Hayter?
Jamie Hayter, correct.
Yes.
First.
I've not heard that. I mean, when was the last time she was on television? It must have been about like 10 years ago.
I did say they would get harder.
Is that all the EW ones?
Yep, so the last two kind of interesting ones. I'm not going to tell you anything about them, but okay.
Okay, I'm already doing dreadful.
Oh, dear. Right, here we go. Number 9. You ready?
Yes, go.
30 seconds. It's not that. Oh, it's not that, Shane.
What did he say?
He thought it were Omega, and it's not.
It's not Omega. Cool. That means I get an extra guess.
Has this been fun though, Henny? Have you had some fun with this?
Yes, I'm loving this. It's good fun. I'm trying to think. They're no longer in. They're no longer. They're now currently in a major US company.
I guess so. I mean, I think they're everywhere at the minute.
They're everywhere at the minute. Oh, it's not the Young Bucks. They're everywhere at the minute.
And I think when you get the answer to this one, you're going to kick yourself.
When you say everywhere, like, as in everywhere,
I can't give you any more than that, mate, unfortunately.
as in like woo woo woo, you know it?
No, not that one.
No, that one. Well, he's everywhere. Come on. He's everywhere at the moment.
And he can't help himself about the Young Bucks. No, he can't.
I'm having heartburn news even talking about them. Okay. They're everywhere. Is that a tag team?
No.
Are they in AEW?
No.
No. I don't know everywhere then, because I'll throw out a guess. Naito.
It's not, no. Shall I give you another clue what I meant by everywhere?
Yes.
2 big promotions and a lot of the small promotions in the UK and Scotland.
2 big promotions and in Scotland. Currently?
In the big promotions, yes, currently. I'm not quite sure what has been recently in the indie side. Shane's got it, by the way.
Oh, he's a dick.
Have we got one more yet?
I know. I'm dreadful. Is it Captain Lou Albano?
Oh? Who's that?
He's dead. He's dead, Dave. Everybody's dead, Dave. What about Fred Blatty? Dead, Dave. Lord Alpha says, dead, Dave.
Seriously, Henny, you're going to kick yourself with this one.
They're all dead. They're all dead, Dave. Okay, give me a clue. One big clue. Go on.
I think I've given you big enough clues.
That. No, I can't get it.
Henny, I give you one word. Believe.
Believe. No, I'm not saying his name.
Who is it, Henny? Come on.
It's Stephen Henry.
Close enough. It's Joe Hendry.
What part of the song is that?
That's the ending part.
The ending part? Jesus, man, he needs to learn how to mix his songs. That was terrible.
Don't see the rest because it's only a minute long anyway.
I know. I should have got it with the solo.
You what, sorry?
I should have got it with the solo.
Jesus. Even like Showtime got it in, so.
Yeah, but.
Right.
Yeah.
Ready? We've got one more, and this is the hardest one on the list. Are you ready for this?
Yes. And Shane can't see anything because I'm looking at the screen right now.
Okay.
You're not allowed to guess until I guess.
All right, here we go. This is the last one. I'm just going to let this one play out for a little bit longer, yeah?
Okay.
Here we go. That's the hardest one on the list.
Is this a past one?
I'm not quite sure, if I'm being honest with you. I will say one thing, by the way. This person's not been in a big promotion yet.
This person's not been in a big promotion yet. Oh, jeez. That could be anybody. I mean, last night I had, what was it, CG Banks coming out to like at BCW to Gangster's Paradise. I mean, it was like.
Let's see. I'm trying to think. Give some clues here. We are, do you know, being a dick.
I told you I'd be dreadful at this.
You what, sorry?
I told you I'd be dreadful at this.
Yeah, it's not there just to be like a dick. It's just like just have some fun.
Yes, no, definitely. It is good fun.
Okay, I'll give you the clue because we're at nearly an hour. This person is named after a YouTuber who's does quite well.
And that YouTuber's in.
He's in the UK, yeah.
In the UK. Jeez. It's named after a YouTuber. Is it Chocolate Rain guy? Chocolate Rain.
No. I think he's American, by the way.
Sorry, that was a joke. That wasn't a serious sketch. Is his name Logan?
No.
Petey Pie?
No.
I'm in my 40s. I don't do social media, YouTube influencers. For crying out loud, man.
Right, okay then. Shall I tell you where this theme song's actually from? And it might give you some away.
Yeah, so go on.
It's from ICW.
ICW. Good. ICW. Male or female?
Male.
Male. And he's not. God, I'm doing terrible at this.
We don't compete, we just do it for a bit of fun.
No, I know. But still, it's what was it? Yeah, I'm doing dreadful at this. I'm trying to think. Has he been in ICW recently?
I'd have to have a look. I'm not too sure. Shall I give you a massive clue?
Yes.
You know more about this person than I do.
Is it Daz?
Final answer?
Daz Black.
Correct.
That wasn't the song we had last night.
It was from ICW's Fight Club theme song.
Yeah.
Oh dear, I thought I'd be an actual twat and start and be like Daz Black. Oh dear. Was that fun, Annie? Did you have some fun with that?
That was awesome. Yes. It's what What YouTuber is he named after?
Daz Black.
Daz Black. I don't know who Daz Black. Oh, he's a gamer.
Yeah. So
Guy,
if
isn't
you,
he?
if you type in Daz Black without the wrestler part, it brings the actual YouTuber up.
Okay. I don't know if I've seen that guy.
You probably will have done it. I think he's funny as out anyway. So
Let me just have a look at my. Daz Black. Let's see who this guy is. Oh, he's the guy that wears the T hat.
yep.
Yeah, I know who he is.
Which one was the hardest in it for you?
Probably the one before.
Is that because it starts at the end?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If I'd listened for the solo, I would have got it. Once you said it, it was obvious with the solo at the end.
Yeah, it is. I that's what I tried to do. I thought I'd be a little bit of annoying and put like two the interesting ones at the end. But this is the idea. It's fun. Do you know what I mean? Everyone has a blast.
Yeah, definitely.
So
do I get for the next one? Do I get to pick the next 10?
Do you know what? Yeah. Do you know what? Let's do that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird because wrestling team songs are obviously like so important to the wrestler, you know, and what was it called? I think they're getting ever more generic now. What was it? What was it called? I think if you were to do a lot of modern names, it would be hard because it'd be quite a mushy sound. But
the only reason you do actually know why we actually play them in reverse, right?
So you make it harder to guess.
Yeah, and that, and also we don't get copyright striked.
I know. Well, you can play up to like 20 seconds, I think, or something of a theme song, but for fair use. But yeah, you've got to be careful. Absolutely. If it's been used in other things, you know. Yeah. I mean, so, I mean, I don't know if you know, but MJF's, for example, MJF's theme song, you could use that for your show.
Really, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a royalty free. It's a royalty free song. It's completely free.
Oh, okay. I may actually play that in reverse just to see what happens.
But yeah, there's lots. You've got to be but was it I suppose it's hard. It's hard. But yeah, it was good fun. It was good fun. Absolutely. What's your favorite theme song?
My favorite theme song? Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
That's tough because I get one and then you get another one, then you get another one. I mean, I'm a massive fan of the Hardy Boys theme song. I always have been.
Yeah. So I actually thought it was listening to the sort of at one point the Joe Henry one. I was thinking maybe you were trying to trick me. And that's why it says and it was a pass because I didn't think of what was it? I didn't think of like the Hardys. I thought of Matt Hardy as Mattitude, you know, because it was quite guitar driven, you know. So it was just a good time about how my sort of brain was going, trying to figure that out. And that, you know, and I think with that one I got myself transfixed trying to hear the Mattitude song that I didn't hear the solo the first time round. Yeah,
it's a lot of fun. We definitely do a part 3, and I should have said get the list from you. See people can guess obviously songs you pick. So that we'll definitely do a part 3 for this.
Yeah, I'll try to keep it. I'll try to keep it a bit even. I might do a couple of WCW ones. So you need to get somebody a bit older on. If I do,
I think Mr. Isaacs knows. Mr. Isaacs knows his stuff for all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right then, let's wind down before we here for another hour. So if you guys obviously want to support the show, you may see the QR code in the center there. You guys can scan that. That will take you to the link tree, which has got all our socials on there, our Facebook, our Instagram, our Twitter, Spotify if you want to listen back to this show. And of course, you can follow Elephant Wrestling Show on Sunday. I'm not quite sure what they're doing yet and stuff like that. And obviously, don't forget to check out the Hot Tag Foundation. Again, incredible stuff. And of course, interviews coming up thick and fast. We're back, obviously, this Thursday with somebody called Isaac North. I'm sure he's done some work for ICW.
Yep. Pretty cool guy.
He's a very, very unique guy. So that's obviously this Thursday. Yeah. Thanks for obviously watching, guys. Watch it back. See how many you can get through the show. It's a really fun little series. Dear. Anything to add before we head off?
Yeah. Fuck the Bucks.
On that bombshell. Thanks for watching.